Are you going through a reactive abuse with your narc? If you have dealt with a narcissist before, there's a huge possibility that you're actually, going through a reactive abuse. And this looks different for everyone. Now, stick around and I'll tell you a little bit more about what reactive abuse is and how it looks like in different scenarios. Welcome to Narc-Talk, and I am happy to have you over today. So here we go. For a reactive abuse, so usually if you've been in a relationship or you've been dealing with a narcissist for a very long time, they usually use this tactic to shift blame. So what they will do is they will poke and poke at you because they know you better, right? They know you best, they understand your limits, they know your breaking point. So they'll push you to that corner. They'll continuously poke and poke and poke. And the moment you actually choose to stand up for yourself and react to their BS, what happens is they turn around and play the victim. And it could be, let me give you a prime and simple example of what reactive abuse look like. It could be you having a discussion or a disagreement with your narcissist, and they just keep going and throwing this, blame on you, and you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't do this, you continuously, pointing fingers at you. And the moment you snap back, what it's like, you know what, I am sick and tired of this. And all of a sudden, what they actually do is, oh my, calm down, you're overreacting. You okay? They play the damn victim. So you look like the abuser, but really what they did is just a reactive abuse. You are just going through your reactive abuse. You being constantly poked, and now you're reacting to your abuse, and your abuser is playing a victim and shifting that blame on you, making you look bad, making you look like the abuser, which is, honestly, it's pathetic. It's kind of, if you ever been through this, if you have ever seen this play out, it's the most code switch anybody can go through, because you have them going, you did this, you did that, you did this, you did that, you. And then when you snap back, all of a sudden, you the problem because you snap back. Now, you the problem not because you're actually standing up for yourself, but because now they're realizing that you're actually stepping up for yourself and standing up, and now they're like, oh my God. They're playing the victim, shifting the blame on you, making you look bad, making you think that you're the abuser. Now, this tactic works really well. It does work wonders for the narcissist, because they know exactly where to push, they know exactly what to say, they know exactly how to push you into that corner for you to snap. They know that. Unfortunately, they study you. So they know exactly what you like, what you don't like, and what, all that. So they know what buttons to push to put you through that reactive abuse. And unfortunately, they still get supply from that. They get, source of supply from seeing you go through this reactive abuse. For them, it's like, yeah, she reacted. For them, it's a power move. Now, I'm going to give you a secret. It's not so much of a secret, but I'm going to give you a technique that I have used in the past and I continue to use, and it works wonders, okay? It works wonders. This will save you arguments. It will save you headaches. It will save you, all the drama that you would have to go through with the narcissist. Now, when the narcissist is trying to attack you, when the narcissist is trying to, whether it's verbally, emotionally, whatever they're trying to do. Now, I can't tell you for physical, because physical is very different, but at least verbally and emotionally, when they're trying to put you through reactive abuse, the best thing to do is to do nothing. Yep, I know that sounds weird, because your first thing to do is like, you want to react, you want to say something back, you want to defend yourself. By you trying to defend yourself, it's only gonna continue that train of abuse and manipulation. In your defense, you're defending you, but for them, they're gonna keep it going. It's gonna be a thing that keeps on and on and on and on. And stick around, because this tactic, a lot of people who been dealing with the narcissist, sometimes they do use it unconsciously, and it worked wonders. So when you're going through reactive abuse, the best thing to do, listen, the best thing you could do for yourself is nothing. Do not give them any emotion. Do not react. Do not show them that any of that stuff they're talking about, drives you crazy. Stay composed. Like, show them that you're emotionless. And when you're not able to show them any type of emotion, meaning you're not feeding their ego, you're not giving them that supply where they're satisfied with, whatever shit they're trying to do to you. Excuse my language, but shoot, it kills them inside. When they're poking and you just, okay, oh well, it's too bad you feel that way, but I understand. Okay. When you give them that, it's the perfect method, and it's called the gray rock. It works wonders. Try the first time. It might surprise them because it's like they're waiting for you to snap. They're waiting for you to say something. They're waiting for you to defend yourself. But yet, you're switching it up. You're not saying anything. You're just like, okay, well, that's too bad you feel that way. And then the second time, the third time, eventually they'll pick up on and they realize that they don't have control over you anymore. They realize that they don't have any type of power over you. They're not able to trigger you emotionally. They're not able to make you upset with anything. And in that time, trust me, it will help you deal with the narcissist, especially if you have kids with the narcissist. If you have kids, gray rock is the way to go. Gray rock is the number one tool for any victim of narcissistic abuse to use. Not only is it going to, to cut them off little by little, but it's also going to protect you. It's going to protect you. It's going to make sure that you don't deal with like their BS. It's going to make sure that you're protecting yourself, your personal information, that they don't have anything else to use against you. It's the greatest thing you could do. It's called gray rock. Don't give them any information that they don't need to know. If you need to communicate with them, whether you have kids, make it very, very simple. Give them the only information they need. Don't try to do extra information, because anything you provide to them, any extra communication you do will only be used against you. Even if you think you're communicating in a good, in a good way, you're trying to create some sort of communication. Anything you say, anything you do will be used against you. So the best way to do it is to do gray rock. Give them the information they need, and that's it. Move on. Because it will be used against you. It always does. Don't share too much. Don't show them emotion. Show them you have control of your emotion. Gray rocks basically puts the power back in your hands, where you have control of your emotions. And not only do you have control of your emotions, but you're communicating to the narcissist that I have control of my emotions. What you say, what you do does not affect how I react or how I feel. It shows that they no longer have power over your life. And eventually they realize that, oh, okay, I can no longer control this person, and they start moving on to the next, and they'll eventually leave you alone for a little bit at least, right? You have peace of mind for a few weeks, maybe a month, before they come back and hoover you and trying to, to reconnect with you. Gray rock is one of the best methods that I have used, and I would definitely recommend for for anybody who's going through this abuse or who have been discarded and need to go no contact. If you don't have kids with the narc, if you don't need to communicate with the narc, if you don't need a relationship after the relationship ended, cut them off, move away, move on, no communication, no phone call, no text, none of that. Unfortunately, for a lot of people who have kids with the narc, is that you still need to communicate with the narc. Make it very, if it's about the kids, make it about the kids. Communicate about the kids, and that's it. Anything outside of the kids, it's off limits. Don't try to update them about that big job you got. Don't try to tell them about your big deal you got. You bought a new car. They don't need to know that. It's none of their business. They're not going to congratulate you. They're going to use that against you. Anything you do, they will use against you. So you communicating this information to them, it's only putting you at risk. It's only putting you in a place of, of them being able to abuse you even more. use the gray rock method to cut off the narcissist. Use the gray rock method to cut off the narcissist. That's the only way you can survive after ending a relationship with the narcissist. It puts the power back in your hands. You feel it's a breath of fresh air. And I'll be posting a little bit more videos on hoovering and what the narcissist does when they're trying to get back in your good grace, or when they're trying to hoover you, which is called hoover, when they're trying to reconnect with you to get a source of supply. So please subscribe to my channel, comment and share. I will be uploading more videos and I can't wait to share them with you. Thank you so much for listening to Narc-Talk.